do in life to find meaning is to pick up the biggest burden you can carry and take it as far as you can. My priority is advancing liberty.
It's also become clear why progress is best achieved by working with coalitions, which bring people together without anyone sacrificing his principles.
I'm going to make powerful alliances with anybody who's willing to.
And I will join with anyone to do good, but with no one to do bad.
The only thing that will save our country and our children is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
Angela McArdle invited Trump to the Libertarian National Convention, where he made this pledge.
On day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht.
Last night, Donald Trump granted me a full pardon.
Ross Ulbricht is free.
Ross Ulbricht is a free man.
And I want to thank President Trump for keeping his promise against all of the naysayers.
Ulbricht received a full pardon from President Trump, who had made this promise to the Libertarian Party and its chairwoman, Angela McArdle.
A man's life being saved and a mother's tragedy being ended. Just kind of a beautiful story, and I think something that libertarians feel very encouraged about.
There was so much that happened behind the scenes. It was pretty stressful, but we did it.
I'm going to do everything I can on my end to make sure that libertarians continue to have a seat at the table.
I'm a free man now, but let it be known that Donald Trump is a man of his word.
Let's keep this train rolling. Let's think about other enemies of the big state who have become political prisoners.
Make libertarians relevant again.
It's free Ross Ulbricht, abolish the Department of Education, and put a libertarian in the cabinet.
Most of all, it's a win for Ross Ulbricht himself and for his mother, Lynn Ulbricht.
Nobody deserves more credit than Lynn Ulbricht. Angela McArdle deserves a ton of credit for this, as well as Michael Heiss and the entire Mises caucus.
Feels amazing. Be free. I'm so grateful to have my life back.
All right. Well, there you go. So there's a lot going on. I'm getting ready to go to Freedom Fest. I'm actually jumping on a plane here and I'm leaving to get on a plane in a little less than an hour. So I'm trying to move things along, but there you go. My second big announcement is in my long string of announcements is Libertarian Unity is live. So this is a pack that I started with joined to the Kennedy Victory Fund, right? There was a big controversy. Oh, Angela can't have a pack. It's just a money grab, or it's not legal, or whatever it was, and the FEC sorted all of that out. But Libertarian Unity is live. We are ready to go. I'm really excited about the work that we're going to be doing. I've been getting a ton of work from Hector. Martha Bueno has offered to help. This is not like anything else that you will see coming out of the LP. What are we doing? Well, first of all, we're continuing the work of Project Decentralized Revolution and expanding it a little bit beyond the Libertarian Party. We're also going to be going after the worst swamp monsters and bad actors at the federal level. What does that mean? It means that we have a PAC that is going to support our down ticket candidates, and we have a PAC that is going to go after, people that are awful. Oh, I lost my video. Oh, no, I didn't. There I am. I froze for a second on my end. So I'm just, I'm really excited that this has actually finally come to fruition. It's taken a lot of work, but shortly we're going to be releasing candidate surveys. I'll be vetting candidates through Libertarian Unity with the help of some other people, and also through United Independence. We're going to be doing some really amazing work to get you, the resources that you've been struggling to get as candidates. What does that mean? So we will be providing text banking, door knocking, websites, call center support. That's the big controversy, call center support, tangible candidate support and resources. We're going to be doing the good work of Project Decentralized Revolution, carrying on Michael Heiss's vision, expanding it to include maybe a couple of Republican Liberty Caucus members, independents, members of MAHA, people that we think are really carrying the banner of liberty, and they want to shrink the size and scope of the federal government. We're also going to be doing aggressive viral media campaigns, media training for our candidates. We will be working in connection with the Mises Caucus and have a good relationship there. Since I'm in charge of both, that's very easy to do. It's going to be, what's a polite way to say this? Where other organizations have not been able to focus properly on candidate support, on fundraising, on all that stuff. We're here to pick up the slack and to help you, our candidates, our activists, people who are fired up about the state of things in the Senate and Congress. We're going to help move the needle. So that's what we're doing. It's very exciting. You can go to our website, libertarianunity.net. It is live thanks to the work of some wonderful volunteers, and you can find out a little bit more about us. There will be additional websites coming over the course of the next few weeks, and we'll be sending out candidate surveys. So if you're interested, contact me in any way, Twitter, website, DMs, email, all of that stuff, and I'll get you at the top of the list if you're interested in running for office. And again, my passion project is always Libertarian Party candidates, but we are going to be making this available to candidates who are outside of the LP as well, sort of like adopting Colorado's Liberty Pledge. But that's sort of my intention here. So that's very exciting. A couple of other good announcements, and of course, thank you to Dan Smots for doing a beautiful video for us. I'm also going to be on the advisory committee for United Independence. I've worked with them a little bit in the past. They're an organization that's focused on uplifting independent and third-party candidates while fighting for transparency in government. For example, they don't want any more 1,116-page bills full of pork and things that nobody wants except for special interest groups. They want to get rid of that. So I'm going to be working with them as well. I'll have a website for them soon, updates, all of that good stuff. Christopher Life is spearheading this campaign. That's been a passion project of his. And, he's really focused on independent candidates, but they also include third-party candidates when they talk about who's independent. So yes, that does mean that there's room potentially for some endorsements and support through their, many organizations, super PAC trainings, all of that, for Libertarian Party candidates. What else is going on? I'm heading to Freedom Fest. Very excited. I'll be doing a talk on the main stage for Roger Ver, talking about his case, what you can do to help, what my plans are, what I'm trying to do to get this man a pardon, technically, to get the whole thing dismissed. Roman Storm, Ian Freeman, two other fierce advocates for Bitcoin, proponents of cryptocurrency, competing currencies, anything and everything we can do to push back against the crushing power of the Federal Reserve and the inflationary tax that it has pressed upon many generations to come. Ian is still in prison right now, and he's got several years left. So my hope is that we will be able to get that man out. And I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that next Tuesday. But I just want everybody to know that I'm fully behind Ian Freeman, and I would encourage you all to do the same. He needs our support. He should not be in prison. Just like Roger Ver, he should not be persecuted by the IRS, by the DOJ, none of that stuff. Roman Storm is someone that everybody in the Bitcoin community is very familiar with. For those of you who are libertarians who are not super familiar with this case, I highly encourage you to do so. They are essentially going after Roman and Tornado Cash for programming. It's a free speech issue. So that's a really important one. And on that note, I want to hear what you think about the midterms. I know that a lot of you are not happy with the state of things right now when it comes to the midterms. I get it. I understand, we have not seen Doge cuts codified. That has not happened. So what can we do? What can we do to make our voices heard? What can we do? I think actually, based on my experience, that there is quite a bit we can do, because we're a really powerful voting bloc. Our votes mean a lot. Our votes break elections. They spoil it. They decide it. We play kingmaker. And so please don't think that just because things haven't happened so far, that there's no point in engaging in the electoral process, that you shouldn't vote for this person or that person. I need to know what your demands are for the midterms. And so please go to lpmisescaucus.com/midterm demands. There's a link right there. Do it and tell me what your demands are, because I am going to be your intercessor. I will intercede on your behalf to the Trump administration. And I will say, this is what libertarians want. Let's see if we can work something out. I am optimistic and I think we can, but you have to do some of the work here. You have to tell me what you need. And if we go back and forth and we negotiate a bit, you got to show up at the polls. So let's see. This is going to be a work in progress. It's going to take a few months. I'll be giving you guys updates on it. I'll be taking your feedback. I'll be going back and forth, but I think it's a really worthy project. I know that a lot of us didn't see ourselves in this position just like a couple of years ago. You would think they don't care about us. They don't care what we do. Oh, they do. They do. So let's rise to the occasion and let's play ball. Federal politics, right? Like, we never thought that would happen. So I think we need to get our people free. I think we need to see some Doge cuts codified. I'm here to do whatever we can. And I'm very, very excited about it. I will also be at PorkFest. I will be hosting the Libertarian Olympics at the LPNH tent. So you can come and you can enter into the red tape race. You can get into the rapid fire debates. This is Libertarian Olympics, so not everything is athleticism. And if you're one of the chosen few, we will be having a very special contest. And I hope everyone joins me for this to at least watch if you don't get to participate. We are giving out awards. We are giving out medals and prizes. And I need the strongest men at PorkFest to come and help with the John McCain coffin toss. That's right. I want to see how far you can throw John McCain's coffin. Are you a John McCain coffin tosser gold medalist? We need to know. We need to know. So head over to PorkFest, and I have a discount QR code. I will get that up on social media shortly. In case you have not purchased your ticket yet, you definitely should. I'll be doing talks on Thursday. Austin will also be doing a talk on tariffs. He loves to argue about tariffs. Come see him argue, discuss tariffs with Bob Murphy on Thursday. So Thursday is the big day for us at PorkFest. So I think that's all of the announcements I have so far. The other thing I'll address is the drama, the 96-page report on me that the haters on the LNC released. Not a majority of the LNC was in favor of this, by the way. It's a slim majority, and then a couple of people who felt that they had to vote for it as region reps, I think. I haven't actually read it. Yesterday I was meeting with Bitcoin prisoner of war attorneys, getting campaigns launched, working on this, going back and forth on the website, making sure the right URL was in our launch video, dealing with Freedom Fest logistics, talking to volunteers. I don't have time in my life to read a 96-page hit piece on me. Like SPLC at least does me the courtesy of keeping it to like 2 pages. So, some people have contacted me, surprisingly, not as many as you'd think, just about some of the highlights. And I think it's sort of like this, there are 2 paths here. There's the path of coalitions through Libertarian Unity, the Mises Caucus, MAGA, United Independents, all working together, with the Mises Caucus being the leader and demonstrating time after time, we are the ones who spearhead coalition initiatives. Contrary to what the SPLC and other people say, like, we want to work with you. If you care about liberty and you're from the left, we want to work with you like we did on Rage Against the War Machine. If you care about liberty and you're from the right, we want to work with you like I made a deal with Donald Trump. I will work with anyone to advance liberty. I work with Martha Bueno. Martha and I used to not get along. Martha is like she's like my ride or die pal now. I will work with you. There's Project Decentralized Revolution, providing tangible candidate support and resources through the Libertarian Unity PAC, affordable call center support, websites, door knocking, text banking, AI for candidates, aggressive viral media campaigns, media training, sponsoring a candidate. There's freeing our political prisoners, right? Trading some votes for freedom, strengthening our coalitions with real achievable results at the federal level. And then there's another path, and that's the path of a 96-page report, the heavy, slow, calloused hand of LNC bureaucracy, reports, policy manual amendments. You know, there's two paths. Which path do you want to take? Do you want to take the path of things that were quite frankly just like made up about me and dropped right before Freedom Fest where I don't have time to read it? No, I don't think you want to take that path. I think you want to win, because that's what I want to do. And that's what it seems to be that most people outside of Libertarian Party gossip circles want to do. They don't care about LNC drama. They don't want to hear about it. It's not interesting. It exudes loser energy. It doesn't advance liberty. They just don't care. I really thought about, like, should I talk about some of the like pretty like crazy stuff, you know, that I've been through with them? And I just don't think it's the right thing to do, you know? Okay, yeah, there was like a crazy strip club thing that I didn't go to and I didn't approve of, getting people trashed. You know, there've been some incidents with the LNC. I think a clique formed around a lot of that because I wasn't going to be a part of it. It's not my lifestyle. It's not what I do. It's not what I preach. So be it, you know? Go ahead and do what you're going to do. But what I'm going to do is advance liberty. And I'm going to ignore as much of your drama as possible. And if I have to lawyer up to just get through it, I will. But I don't want lawyers and litigation to take another hour of my life. I have to move forward. I have to get people out of prison. We need to get our candidates supported. We need to advance liberty in the United States, and we need to do it by any means necessary. And that crap doesn't do it. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. You know, if I have to address it further in the future, maybe I will. But I think that most people's hearts are in the right place and they understand what's going on. There we go. We need to roll back the state. Definitely. Let's see here. Let's ban user and delete comments. It is interesting the level of like stalking that I get from some of these like creepy women. I think that's just part of politics though, you know? I think that's just part of politics. You are welcome. I love doing this. There's a lot of, you know, downsides that come with being in politics. You lose a lot of privacy, you know, people go after you, you make enemies, but it is what it is. Yes. Yeah. I got a haircut. It's pretty nuts. I look different now, but yeah, I hope that I see a lot of you at Freedom Fest. I will be on the main stage Friday, I believe. I have 2 panels back to back. I'm going to be talking in depth about the coalition work that we're doing through the Mises Caucus. I am chairing the National Mises Caucus right now. I am very excited about doing that. I'm basically just taking all the energy I have right now and just pushing everything forward as much as possible. So you will be seeing leadership in the libertarian movement, you know, if not directly through the party. And what else? And we're going to be doing a panel on freeing Roger Ver and Ross and sort of recapping the highlights of that. And what do we need to do to move the ball forward on Roger's case? I'll be talking about Ian and Roman Storm as well. So I hope I see you all at Freedom Fest. And if not, I hope I see you at Pork Fest. If you've got the muscles, please sign up for the John McCain Coffin Toss. Come by the LPNH table. We will also have a Mises Caucus booth. And if there has been a little bit of beef in the past between the Mises Caucus and LPNH, I am here to bury the hatchet in the back of the deep state, not in the backs of our brothers and sisters in liberty. So I think I feel very good about that. I think the Mises Caucus and LPNH are going to kiss and make up, and it's all going to be good, man. So I hope I see you at one of these events. Have a great day.